Oh boy, today's update is slowly becoming my favorite one of the year. Let's talk about it right after Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is an automated service that lets you trade skins instantly for a fee, sign up now, and get up to $5 bonus. Simply add items from your inventory, then find skins that matches your current balance. Site offers live support 24/7. You can also top up your balance if you're missing a few dollars, and there's a lot of skins to choose from. Visit my link down below to get to Skins Monkey. So let's start with Thor noticing that there was something wrong here, and that has been addressed in today's update. Then we have this update on the R8 to make all 8 people happy. I did this comparison, but I'm probably missing something here. It's not a dead giveaway on what changed, but I still hope the 8 of you are happy. Then let's quickly talk about this one where they've enabled Vulkan Defragmentation to help alleviate texture streaming overhead, which should help the game run smoother. You might even get more FPS or just more stable performance with fewer stutters. But this update mainly benefits Linux players since they rely on it. So for anyone watching, please let me know if this is the fix you needed for the game to feel better or even just run in the first place. And now we get to the crème de la crème. Valve have changed so the subtick movement view angle server command will now only send subtick view angles to the server with other subtick events instead of sending them every frame they change. This is a big deal. Subtick movement view angles is on by default on all servers. The idea is that it's meant to utilize subtick so your mouse movement also gets registered on a subtick level. So the idea behind it is good, but ever since they released it back in July, it was basically capping how many subtick inputs you could make, and the cap was low enough for basic inputs to be ignored. And even after several updates, months going by, this was all still very much controlled by your FPS. So if more FPS meant more problems, less FPS meant less problems, along with Bhops. A lot of exploits were created around this, and even John McDonald told us there wasn't any intent to break B-hopping. Later, they added this patch note to slightly help improve movement, but this spiraled into a multitude of issues, which again, all seemed to be connected to this command. And then it got to a point where multiple pros started complaining. So the big question, how does it feel to B-hop? I've done this test for months since this entire roller coaster started, comparing versions after versions of the game, and honestly I'd given up hope that Valve wouldn't take this seriously. Well, today it feels like they did, because B-hopping is at a level right now that I'd consider it to be a reliable skill again. It's almost surprising that it's at this level right now. I'm not saying it's perfect, when is it ever with Valve, but holy shit, this is so much better. I created this map just to test consecutive B-hops. Before this update, this would not have been possible to do consistently, with many of my inputs, simply not registering. And on my first try with today's update, I could easily pass this B-hop test. Then I wanted to try the Mirage vent jump, which was impossible for me to do previously. On today's update, the first attempt was successful. It feels like CSGO in this example. Not only that, but my second attempt was successful as well. They addressed movement, and B-hopping feels reliable now, which is why this update is slowly becoming my favorite one of the year. You can jump in right now and try it out for yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.